Hello everyone, I'm Pepe and you're watching a little experiment that I'm doing for myself and a few Rochdale fans, to be honest. This video is not going to change the world or even Rochdale, but it should be interesting because it comes down to a question of, do you gamble or not? If you're a smaller League One side, do you take a punt? So what I'm going to do is, because Rochdale are in League One and they're my team, there's a lot of arguing on the message boards right now because Bury have just been dissolved, so there's only 23 teams in League One this year. Now if you overspend like Bury and you go bust, and albeit the bloke who made him go bust was called Dale, the irony, you can actually end up losing your club. Now the club is on course to pass Sky Bet League One FFP regulations for the current period. This club guesstimates that it'll make a loss every single year. They've only given 50 grand budget for transfers, which is shocking. They're currently spending 44,000 a week on wages, and you wouldn't believe that if you looked at what we're watching. And by the way, I do go to watch Rochdale. I am a Sandy Laner, so anyone wants to give me any grief, jog on. This is just for fun, just an experiment. Don't, get your knickers in a twist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to become a sugar daddy for the club. So up here you got the manager editor. I'm going to edit the club details. Now, club attendance 3,550. That includes away fans. It's usually about 2,900, 2,800 home fans, I'd say, on a Saturday, maybe 2,200 on a Tuesday. Maximum club attendance, it's actually bigger than this, and it's best foreseeable situation, right? We can hold 10,124 off top of memory, right? Bank balance, professional status, sugar daddy, front end, back end. What's front end mean? Back end? That's something you'd ask your missus. What? Underwriter expects a return. Underwriter. I'm going front end. Personal preference. That's wrong. It should be 48. 10,248. Expansion capacity. Yeah, you can't expand. Maybe fill in the corners, but that's about it. Under soil heating, we wish. Roof, we wish. Training facilities, I'm going to leave all these things the same. Right? Rival clubs, Bury, level 100. Clubs don't transfer players because Bury ain't got no players. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to the finances. Transfer budget. I'm going to be sensible about this, right? Rochdale want a benefactor. The fans keep saying they want somebody with money to come in and put some money in, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the wage budget by 50%. Yeah? So we're going to take it from 50,000 to 75,000. And the transfer budget is going to go from 50,000 to 750,000. Okay, this is our idea of a sugar daddy in Rochdale, right? We're not gonna go bonkers. We're not gonna, start throwing around millions for Rochdale, all the rest of it. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to go back here, I'm going to resign, and then I'm going to put Brian Barry Murphy back in charge of the club, and then we're going to see what Brian Barry Murphy does with the money, and whether he actually does a great job or not. We are looking for him to be successful. He does play some nice football. It's a bit risky, passing about the back now and again. It's to be honest with you, not my favourite thing that he does. I'd rather we didn't muck around at the back. Ooh, Brian Barry Murphy sounds Welsh, but he's actually Irish. Barry Murphy, there we go. I'm going to move him to Rochdale. There we go. There we are. Manager, okay. So, Brian Barry Murphy makes sensational return to Rochdale. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to forward this up till December 31st and see where we are at Christmas, and then we're going to have a look at February the 1st to see where we are after the transfer window, and then we're going to see the end of the season, all in this video. So I'll try and keep it to 15-20 minutes. So stay tuned and let's see what happens with Brian Barry Murphy, if he has a benefactor, and of course the mighty Dale, the mighty Dale, up the Dale, down the ale. Okay, Rochdale fans, we're at the 31st of December 2019 in the game, and it doesn't look like we're doing too well. We're 15th in Sky Bet League 1, 26 points, 5 points above relegation. Bolton, despite having 12 points deducted, have got 17 points, so they're literally 9 points behind us. Ouch. Goals. Any Rochdale players here? Nope. Stephen Humphries is there. Okay. Okay. Let's go have a look at the Rochdale team then. Let's have a look at the transfers. Who's he brought in? So we already had up to Reece Norrington Davis, so it looks as though he's brought in 5 players. No one's left, but Max Clayton, a striker, he's come in, played 3 games, not scored any. He came in on a free transfer. Jordan Spence, a right back, hasn't played yet. He came in on a free transfer. Is this George Thomas? It is. Striker from Leicester City. He's come in, played 14 games, scored 2 goals. He's come in on loan. Jason Lokilo, a right winger, has come in from Crystal Palace, played 12 games, not scored any. And then this one I'm interested in, Ashley Nathaniel George. I don't know this player, but he's come in, he's scored 1 goal. Last year he scored 6 goals in 30 appearances for Crawley, and overall he scored 32 goals in 120 games. That's 1 every 4 games. So yeah, looks like they've signed a right winger. So let's go have a look at the squad quickly. Who they're picking: Sanchez in goal, Matheson right back, McShane and O'Connell at centre half, Reece Norrington Davis. Looks like O'Connell's come back from injury. Jimmy Ryan in a DM role, Callum Camps and Aaron Moley in midfield. The new signing Lokilo on the right, Matty Dunn on the left, and George Thomas up front. Where's Ian Henderson? Where is Ian Henderson? Oh, he's suspended. Okay. So Hendo's got 9 goals and 3 assists in 28 games. I'll be honest, without Ian Henderson, Rochdale would have been relegated a long time ago. Max Clayton has got injured. He's out for 3 to 4 months. Sign new striker and he gets injured. That's great. Ashley Nathaniel George, the right winger, is out for another 3 weeks. Ryan Delaney's out on loan to AFC Wimbledon. Raquel Pike, 27 appearances, 5 goals over the last couple of seasons. Looks like Jordan Spence hasn't played at all since signing, but he provides cover at right back. Josh Lillis has played 8 games. In real life he hasn't been playing. I'm not happy with that, to be honest with you, because I think he's a good keeper and a good bloke, and well, I have personal opinions. But Tyler McGlaw, the really fast centre half from Blackburn, pace 20, acceleration 20. He's rapid, absolutely rapid, explosive centre back he's called. He's actually been injured the entire season, but he's had 21 appearances, 1 goal for Rochdale in the game. Apparently he's delighted to be here, which is good. Ryan McLaughlin, who's been injured quite a lot, he's only played 5 games, 3 of them as a sub. Luke Matheson, 22 games and 17 years old. He does deserve better technicals than that, to be fair. Let's have a look at the strikers. Aaron Wilbraham's not played in this. Where is Calvin Andrew? There he is. Centre back or striker? I think you find he's, well, I was going to say he's a striker, but I'll show you what I mean. He's only had 3 sub appearances. Career stats: 368 games, 38 goals. He's like a 1 in 9 striker. In the last 6 years, 5 years he's been at Rochdale before the season, he'd scored 24 goals. 24 goals in 5 years. I think he has actually scored 1 this year, so call it 25. 25 goals in 6 years. Love him, love his work rate, but should have gone a long time ago because he can't score. We even sing Calvin Andrew, he scores when he wants. It's become a meme. When you start becoming a meme to the fans and they start singing that, it's time to go. I'm a little disappointed, to be honest, in Brian Barry Murphy, because the mid-table, they're not far off the relegation zone. They've got 6 players on loan when you can only play 5 at a time. There's really no need to sign that George Thomas, unless you're letting Aaron Wilbraham and Calvin Andrew go. Max Clayton, I can understand that signing. He's League 1, League 2 player, but again, you know, you look at his goal scoring record, 11 goals and 106. He's not prolific, you know. So yeah, transfer wise, not thrilled. Not thrilled at all. So they've spent 105,000 on Ashley Nathaniel George, who could, by the way, turn out to be a shrewd signing. It just looks like he's played 1 game and then got injured. It's unlucky. They sold, Dan had said, yeah, we already knew, 350 grand. That, by the way, is next to criminal in football terms, that Norwich have only paid 350 grand. It is near criminal. It's not actually criminal, but it's damn near it. 350 grand for him, and his potential should be at least treble that, at least. Right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to bring you back on February the 1st, when we're actually going to see if they've done any signings in the transfer window to actually help Rochdale improve. Okay, this is the screen that's greeted me. Somebody called Victor Fernandez. Loan spell should work out well for everybody. Did we not already have 6 players on loan? He signed a left winger. Where's he from? Morecambe. 4 goals in 15 games. He was on loan to Morecambe. Oh, he's Newcastle. Victor Fernandez from Newcastle. Okay. Well, let's go have a look at Rochdale then, because giving up hope here a little bit. Ooh, 3 new signings. Callum Williams, a left back, played for KA in Iceland. Okay. Seems quick. Alright. Adam Endine, Gold Coast Knights in Australia. First touch, pretty good. Defensive midfielder, alright. Quite quick, good fitness, good positioning, decent passer. Victor Fernandez looks really quick. I shouldn't have done the attribute masking, should I? Aaron Wilbraham's gone to Dover. Now I know that's not going to have happened because he's from Knutsford in Cheshire, and he moved back up north to be nearer to his family, to raise his family here. So I've given Brian Barry Murphy 750 grand to spend. He spent 105,000. So he's got 645 grand left to spend apparently. Yeah. Let's have a look at Rochdale's financials. Transfer budget 308. Hang on. 3,086,000. What's happened there? So apparently the sugar daddy's pumped in more money. I only gave him 750 grand. The sugar daddy has quadrupled it. So he's got over 3 million quid spent, and he's only spent 105 grand. That makes 0 sense. And even worse, Rochdale are 19th in the league. Tranmere have a game in hand, as do Blackpool, and they could overtake Rochdale if they win their games, and Rochdale could drop into the relegation zone. And Bolton, who started on -12, have picked up roughly 39 points because they're on 27 points from 29 games. Wow. So Rochdale really struggling, even with a backer, even with a sugar daddy, if you will. That's not good. Not good, people. And I wouldn't say he's done well in the transfer market either. You know, let's look at the senior squad now and the players he's picking. So we've got Sanchez in goal, Matheson, McGlaw, O'Connell and Norrington Davis at the back. Jimmy Ryan's still in the DM role. Camps and Rathbone in midfield. Rakeel Pike and Ian Henderson playing behind George Thomas. Hendo has 9 goals, 3 assists in 30 games. George Thomas has got 5 goals and 2 assists in 23. Pike has got 6 goals in 29 appearances. Camps has got 6 assists and 1 goal. Mike Dunn's got 3 goals. Really lacking in goal scorer. Max Clayton's still injured. Fabio Tavares only had 5 appearances off the bench. The young striker. Ashley Nathaniel George, the new signing. 1 goal, 1 assist out of 3 games and 1 sub appearances. Morley and Williams, MJ Williams, have barely played, and they've been almost ever present at Rochdale this year. Jim McNulty's barely played. Jordan Spence hasn't played a game yet, neither has Callum Williams or Victor Fernandez. So we'll see if they can help. Although Jordan Spence, I think, was signed earlier. He's a good tackler, but Luke Matheson seems to be keeping his place. And Luke Matheson is wanted by Burnley and Crystal Palace. So we'll see what happens. Right, I'll take us to the end of the season. Okay, Rochdale fans. Well, Brian Barry Murphy was sacked by Andrew Kilpatrick on the 11th of February 2020. Been manager since June 2019. They're now looking for a new manager. Darren Edmondson has been placed in temporary charge of team affairs. Okay. Speculation concerning David Flitcroft, Nathan Jones and Quinton Fortune. That's interesting. They're the front runners. Quinton Fortune's at Man United. Nathan Jones unemployed. Dave Flitcroft's at Bolton. I'd take Nathan Jones, to be honest. It's not really worked out for Dave Flitcroft elsewhere. He's a nice lad, but I love Flickers. But as much as I love Flickers, let's not keep going back to Parkin and Hill and Flitcroft and Beach. Let's move forward now, you know. As a club, let's not go back. So Nathan Jones would please me, but I think the amount of money he'd want, it's not realistic. So I think we'd end up with Quinton Fortune out of those 3. Mickey Mellon, Tranmere, I could see that. Paul Lambert at Ipswich and Graham Coughlin at Bristol Rovers are favourites for the sack next. So I'll take us to the end of the season, and I'll take us to the point where Rochdale employ a manager. Let's see who they employ. Okay, I've not been applying for jobs, but I've been offered the Real Betis job. Finances rich, $500,000 wage bill, great facilities, and I've been offered the Morecambe job. Insecure, 31.5 grand, adequate. Yeah, won't be doing any of them. Let's see. Let's go to weekly jobs update. Rochdale. Manager Darren Edmondson so far. I think they've interviewed David Flitcroft for it. So I'll bring you back when they get a manager. Available jobs, there they are. Well, here we are. Quinton Fortune has been named Rochdale's new manager. On £2,800 a week, he signed a 1-year deal. Well, Darren Edmondson's now going to return to the under-18s manager. Man United will be paid 140 grand in compensation. Holy cow, we haven't paid 140 grand for a player since Paul Connor from Stoke. Didn't paid 150 grand back in the 2000s. Wow. So let's see if he can rescue Rochdale, because at the moment Rochdale 23rd in Sky Bet League 1. Wow. Literally bottom of the league. Bottom of the league. I don't know what the hell to make of that. And they play Rotherham next, who are 8th, and have Michael Smith one of the leading goal scorers. Wow. Incredible. Incredible, Jeff. Well, Rochdale fans, we finished second bottom. Tranmere just above us. Accrington just escaped, as did Bolton. Southend escaped by 4 points as well. Wickham down here. Gareth Ainsworth, I think he'll actually get Wickham promoted this year. I don't know why they're down there. You got more chance of Portsmouth getting relegated than you have Wickham getting relegated, and you got more chance of Wickham winning the league than you have of Portsmouth winning the league. So controversial but true. Yeah, Paul Smith. Who's this? Is he the guy from QPR they got? Yeah, on loan. There you are. Yeah, so Rochdale ended up getting relegated. They ended up sacking Brian Barry Murphy and replacing him with Quinton Fortune. Ian Henderson was the captain. Callum Camps the vice captain. They did win against Southend 2-0. That wasn't good enough for them. Let's have a look at the senior squad. O'Connell needs a rest. Okay. Tyler McGlaw, Luke Matheson, Robert Sanchez, Callum Camps, Ollie Rathbone. They all played 43 or 42 games, 44, you know, as did Reece Norrington Davis. It's going to be a struggle for Rochdale to come back up from that. They went from a 4-3-3 formation to a 4-2-3-1. They ended up putting Morley out on the right, and Sheffield United want him. Okay. Brighton, Burnley, Crystal Palace want Luke Matheson. There's some decent players. Jordan Spence never ended up playing, but ended up on the bench. Jay Lynch only got one game, and one as a sub. Ashley Nathaniel George looks promising signing, but didn't really set the world on fire. Just poor signings, really poor signings. And well, even if you gave the club a lot of money, they still didn't do a lot with it. If you look at the finances, transfer budget is 3 million, plus the 750 grand we gave them, so like 3.8 million. The wage budget's gone up £1,000. It's what we'd given them. The bank balance is up from 2.5 to 8.5. Tactical attributes, no improvements. Facilities, yeah, no improvements. I think Rochdale are just destined to have a bad season. Whether it's Brian Barry Murphy or Quinton Fortune at the top, it doesn't matter, because the players they're signing are just not good enough. Because even when they have the money to make the signings, they're not doing it. Lewis Bradley, he's leaving to join Halifax, the young player, at the end of the season. Matty Gillen went to Barrow on loan. Again, he isn't worth keeping. In real life, he's just not done it. Nice kid, but gotta be more ruthless. You give him a lot of money and they don't even spend it. So yeah, Rochdale, shocking. I should do one where we do Rochdale Director of Football, and I could place myself as Director of Football, I think. Andrew Kilpatrick, David Bottomley, the fans aren't happy right now. Frances Fielding, she does a good job. Andrew Kelly needs to focus on politics and selling houses. He just, don't get me started. yeah, there's a lot that I would change here, a hell of a lot. Some really nice people at the club, you know, Andy Thorpe, lovely bloke, great lad. Wesley Tensel, the doctor, nice guy. Chris Brown, youth coach, nice guy. But there are just not enough people who can put money into the club, and there's not enough concerning players. You know, the player transfers have been terrible. Henderson got 13 goals, 6 assists. See, as soon as he scores less than 20 goals, we get relegated. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that we didn't get a striker. Well, George Thomas, 11 goals there. I think what I'll do is I'll do a video with me as director of football. I'll do the signings. We'll keep Brian Barry Murphy as manager, and we'll see if the football club needs a director of football. Alright. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and drop a like on it and subscribe and all that other random goodness. I'm really deflated. I'm even upset that we got relegated on Football Manager. If it happens in real life, I'm gonna proper cry. Oh well. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care of yourself. See you later. God damn it.